Okay, greetings everybody. Greetings. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? It's a pleasure having you here. If you can hear me, do let me know. Kindly comment in the chat section that you are here and you are ready for the session. Let us know where you are connecting to us from. It's a pleasure having you here. I want to welcome you today to another live session. Yes, indeed. So if you are here live, let me know where you are connecting to us from. Let us know. My name is Tolu and I'm connecting to you from British Columbia in Canada. Okay, I can see some people saying, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm good as well. How are you guys doing? Okay, and you said you can hear. Beautiful. So thank you for the feedback, the initial feedback. Let us also know where you are connecting to us from, right? So that we know whether you are near us and whether there's a way that if you want, we can meet and then have a bit of a chit chat, right? So today we're going to continue from what we stopped yesterday. And of course, as you can see on your screen, this is supply and demand live trading session. Beautiful Josephine Olese said, Asia, Philippines, beautiful Philippines in the building. You're welcome, right? How is the Philippines doing today? For the rest of us that are here, let us know where you are connecting to us from. Okay, awesome. So we are going to beautiful Korea here, beautiful. I can see more people joining and also telling us where exactly they're connecting to us from. Korea here, that's Virgil McIntosh. You're welcome as well, right? First things first, we want to first of all thank Trading Live for this platform. We want to thank them for the platform as we are streaming live on Trading Live, which is an awesome platform to learn how to trade. We have a lot of good educators here, a lot of good information here for us to digest. And we say thank you to them, right? And my name is Tolu, right? Originally from Nigeria. I'm now in British Columbia, BC, Canada. And the name of my academy is CSA Forex. The name of my academy is CSA Forex, right? Which stands for Common Sense Approach. I repeat, Common Sense Approach to what? To Forex trading, right? So we're going to be talking about a common sense approach to the business so that we can end up making pips, end up making money at the end of the day, right? A quick disclaimer for everybody, please kindly note that the information we're giving you, kindly note that nothing in this communication contains or should be considered as containing an investment advice, meaning that it's not a form of signal or an investment recommendation or a solicitation for the purpose of buying or selling of any financial instrument, but rather for educational purposes only, right? And then also, we want you to also note that trading the financial market carries a high level of risk. I repeat, carries a high level of risk, which simply means that you need to protect your account. Number one, account protection is very key, very, very important. And that's what we should be working towards, right? So also note that as we're here discussing about the business, the first thing we all need to know is how to protect our account, right? So based on risk management, know how to minimize your losses and then also how to maximize your profit. Very key, very, very important. Beautiful. I can see more people joining us. And Joe Penn said, Thailand. Hello, everyone. You're welcome, Joe Penn. How is Thailand doing today? Right? And then we have Wallace Mallory said, hello, bro, all the way from Nigeria. Oh, nice, from Nigeria. Awesome. Great. How is Nigeria doing today? How's the weather? Right? We have Todd Francis here in Dubai. Awesome. So we have people from different parts of the world. We have Ralab Gills that said in Malaysia. So awesome. You are all welcome. right? So now let us forge ahead. We're going to give you the necessary information, and then we'll cross over to the chart. Now, I'm sure you're all aware that the best way to learn anything in life is actually by doing it. You want to learn how to ride a bicycle, go and ride a bicycle. You want to learn how to drive a car, jump in the driver's seat and learn how to drive that car. You want to learn how to trade. And what you need to do is to trade. Simple. Whether you are trading a demo account or you are trading a live account, these are the things that you need to do, right? Jump in the driver's seat and, approach the market. So please kindly note that this is a trading session and not a training session. I'm not here to teach you, but rather we're here to rub minds on the business and look for trade opportunities in the market. If you want to know how to trade, if you want to learn, I can give you more information towards the end. I have a course, right, that you can subscribe to. I also have mentorship that I run with a few people that are interested. So I'll give you more information as we proceed. So now I want us to do something. I want us to cross over to the charts and then we'll take it up from there, right? And then from the charts, I'm going to show you a few trades. As I said, we're going to continue from yesterday, right? So now you should be able to see the chart and we're going to take up this information from there. I'm going to show you guys something very key, very powerful with respect to the charts. Now, we have a routine, right? We have a regular routine that I want everybody to take note of. And that is, before you cross over to the chart, there's something you need to always do first of all, right? And we need to be fast because the market seems to be moving a bit fast now. So before you check the charts, the first thing we need to always do is to check the calendar. I repeat, check the calendar, right? The calendar is where you have the news, right? To know whether there's going to be volatility in the market today. And today is Wednesday, April 19. And if you have it in front of us, you'll notice that all the news that we have today, okay, sorry, I need to refresh this so that it is better. This is Wednesday here, and if you look very well, all the news that we have coming out today, right? We already have this one at 7 a.m. for the pound, but that was the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, very key data, and that was grain, which was a buy pounds. And if you check your charts based on this buy pounds, you notice that the pounds across board was bullish. That's number one. The next thing we have is 11:45 p.m. By the way, this timing that you are seeing here is based on the UK time, right? So you need to adjust this website to your own time zone. It's either you refresh it and then it corrects itself, or you come here and click on the time. Right? You come here and click on the time. If you click on the time here, then it takes you to where to adjust the time zone, right? So make sure you adjust it to your own time zone, right? Make sure you adjust it to your own time zone. Okay, sorry, let me go to calendar. This is the news for today, but I want for the week. So if you look at what we have here, Wednesday, as we just said today, 7 a.m., the news already came out for pounds UK time, CPI, and it was green, which is bullish, right? So we had the pounds appreciate, check across board. 11:45 p.m. is for New Zealand dollar, CPI as well. All this red simply means high impact. So we pay more attention to the high impact news compared to the low, which is yellow, and then to the medium, which is orange. High impact news is usually what moves the market. So this is not coming out until 11:45 p.m. UK time, which happens to be about 9 hours plus from now, about 9.5 hours from now. So we do not have an actual result until that time. But these are the only news that we have. But then what we normally do, we like to trade the major. So I'll be talking about the major currency pairs as a follow-up from yesterday, right? And you can also tell us the instrument that you are trading, you are watching, and we can put it up on the screen and use supply and demand trading strategy to look for trading opportunities, right? So now that we've seen that we don't have much news coming out today, let's cross over to the chart and let's see what happened from yesterday. And I'd also advise, if you can, watch the recording from yesterday, right? You'll find that live on the YouTube channel. YouTube, you can search for it, and that will be at CSA Forex. Don't forget, The name of my academy is CSA Forex, right? CSA Forex. And I'm also on Instagram, CSA Forex as well, right? So this is the first one I want us to look at. Very key, very important. I'm going to show you how I was able to trade this from yesterday. And we talked about a few of these things yesterday as well. Okay, I can see some comments coming in, right? Let me just see. Okay, we have somebody saying from Saudi, MYB. You didn't use your name, so I don't really know your name. You said MYB from Saudi. And we have Solomon Harold saying NZD news is yet to come out. Witness the pound appreciation. Awesome. The pound appreciation, of course, if you check, we'll still go over the pound. You can see we have some pounds over here. We'll go over the pound just as a form of confirmation. So what I like to do is not just to talk about the trading, talk about what happened, what might happen. It's also to do what is to trade it. And that's why we said we're here in the live trading session. Trust me, guys, you would learn a thing or two from here. As I always tell people, my own personal disclaimer, I am not the best trader, and I'm obviously not the worst trader, but I am a very decent trader at the end of the day, right? So now let's look at what we have. Oh, beautiful. I can see MYB said his name is Madi Bosali. Beautiful, Madi Bosali. You're welcome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for giving us the feedback. Thank you for giving us your name, right, for us to be able to follow up with. Thank you. So guys, don't forget, as you're joining us, you're welcome. This is supply and demand live trading session, right? Supply and demand is a trading strategy that we are looking at in order to take advantage of the market. Anything that you can use to take advantage of the market, then we will use it. So quickly, this is the USD index. On some platforms, you might see it as DXY. If you also want to know about brokers, the right broker to use, right, let me know. I can give you a link to make use of based on your location, right? Let me know and I'll give you the link. I'll copy it and paste in the chat section. So now, the dollar index yesterday, if you guys remember yesterday, this is where we were yesterday, and I can easily do this. I can do this, Control Y, for you to see the information. This is Wednesday, this is today, this is yesterday, Tuesday, this is Monday, this is Friday, and so on. So this helps us to make sure that we are paying attention to each day's information. So yesterday we had this information here, and then we said based on the dollar index, we wanted to appreciate back to this area of supply. This is the area of supply here, and this was the area of demand. So we said yesterday that if we're going to be buying this dollar index, what do you think would happen to the Euro USD? The Euro USD should drop. We said that yesterday. That's why I said you guys can go back and watch the recording from yesterday so that you see that everything we're talking about is not all lies, right? You know that there's fact behind what we're talking about. And that's why I like the aspect of it being live. As it's live and as you're following us on a regular, you see how we do it. And one thing also that I would also tell you is that I've been doing this for more than 10 years. I understand supply, demand, understand support, resistance, which happens to be similar and also different at the end of the day. So I understand how to use Fibonacci and a whole lot of other things. So next week, who knows what we might be using? We'll be trading live next week as well, but we might as well pick another strategy. It might be Fibonacci, who knows? It might be the normal support and resistance, right? But trust me, anything we're going to be using, it should be well, explained to you, and then you should be able to help you to improve in the business. Because we have a lot of people here that have been trading for a while, right? But as you've been trading for a while, you haven't made headways. So this was supply and so demand from yesterday. So that means that yesterday we're expecting to do what? We're expecting to sell the what? We're expecting to sell the Euro USD. And I'm going to show you what I did yesterday. If you remember yesterday as well, I'm going to try to look for that screenshot. I did a screenshot from yesterday where I show you the screenshot of my entry, right? I'm going to put that up now for you guys to see. I like clarity. I like everything to be in front of us. And yesterday, I showed you the screenshot where I said I entered here on the sell. You can see this is what? This is Euro USD H1. This is Euro USD H1. I can see the time over here, 18th April. This is yesterday. Today is 19th April. You can see we got our entry here and our stop loss was here just above it. Naturally, you could have put your stop loss above the level. That was a bit too far. I prefer to put it here and then to observe. So if you look at what we have right in front of us, right? I'm going to switch back to the live chart now, and you're going to see that most likely the price came down to this area of demand here, right? Don't forget, based on the USD index, based on the DXY, we use that to look for opportunities in the market. Beautiful. I can see Queen Hope said GBP went for a buy, but my major bias is a sell, right? Your major bias is a sell depending on the time frame, depending on a whole lot of other things, right? So if you say your major bias is a sell, somebody else's major bias could be a buy. It depends on how you're looking at it, right? Jack Bear says supply and demand, my personal favorite, awesome, right? So of course, supply and demand is a strategy that a lot of people have been using for a while. Of course, I am not the owner of supply and demand. We would all know Sam Sidon, right, which is an originator of this. So we have a lot of people that have been using this for a while. So quickly looking at the Euro USD, you can see what happened here from the same entry. You can see, as I showed you from the screenshot, this is the entry here, the stop loss here. You can see we could have been gotten knocked out here, but we did not. And the price came down a bit from yesterday, came back here. Even in this area, you might see a bearish engulfing, which was another signal to what? There's another signal to enter to sell. And then the market went down back to the area of demand. So for now, if you look at what we have in front of us, the market seems to be bouncing between this area of supply and this area of demand. But naturally, we want the price to break out. I repeat, naturally, we want the price to break out, either out of this demand and drop lower, or out of this supply and push higher, right? And because I'm selling, well, not just because I'm selling, but because of the analysis, I was expecting the market, when it reacts here and is pushing higher, as you can see, I was expecting it fine, quite all right, to push higher a bit, but then to drop back, test this area again, and then break, and then act as a form of what? Flip zone, and then switches to selling, more selling, and drop down. That means that for today, my ultimate take profit area, my own ultimate take profit area is this demand here, right? When you are selling, you want to exit as an area of demand, and of course, vice versa, right? So you can see stop loss is still here. It has gotten to the demand. What I can do on this trade, and by the way, this is on a demo account, so the same way you manage this is the same way you should manage it on your live. Because truth be told, a lot of people do not treat their demo accounts with respect. They trade their account, demo account anyhow, and when they cross over to the live account, it tends to affect them, right? Beautiful, Adams, Ayambury, you're welcome as well. Thank you. You might have come in a bit late, not sure, as you are greeting me now. Okay, so on this particular trade, the way I would manage it, I could either do what? I could have taken part of my profit here, or someone could have closed all the profit here. But I'm interested in seeing what is going to happen next. And we don't have any news coming out today for the dollar or for euros. It is until tomorrow that we have news coming out for the dollars. And that's why the first thing we did was to check the charts, or to check the calendar rather, to find out whether there's any high impact that will give us the confidence of how price should move in a volatile manner. But what you can do over here, you can decide to half your position here, your risk rather, you half it up to here, meaning that if the price should come back and push back to this area of supply, you've closed only half, or you can decide to move it to break even here. Me moving it to break even will be a bit too close, too tight for me, so I would leave it over here and then I would observe, right? So the way you manage your trade is up to you at the end of the day. And then also, as I said, I could have taken my profit here, but then I want to see the price push lower here. And if it pushes lower here, then I have more pips, and of course, the reward is much greater. And that is a good thing for us. Why is it a good thing? It's a good thing because normally you are meant to cut your losses short and then to let your runners to run. As we're talking about this, do not be surprised. I repeat, do not be surprised if the price should do according to what we have mentioned now. Why? Because the way price moves is based on a story, right? I'm sure you guys have watched one movie or the other. By the time you are watching the movie, you understand the story well enough, and then you are able to predict what most likely might happen. So this is what I'm doing over here. This is my game plan for this Euro USD. And we talked about this yesterday, and that's why we're doing a follow-up on it. Guys, if you have any instrument that you are watching today, right, let us know, and we'll put it up and see how we can quickly, with time permitted, and see how we can quickly look at that chart and look for opportunities with you to see whether there's any trade opportunity or if there is none. So quickly, I want us to breeze through the remaining instruments here, right, in no particular order. Beautiful. Yes, guys, I'm sure some of you were here yesterday. If you were not, go and watch the replay. We talked about the Bitcoin, and this was how it played out to the T. I repeat, it played out to the T, and this was a beautiful one for me yesterday. Over here, we had this area here as well. We had that area as a form of supply yesterday, right? It was supposed to act as supply, but when it got there, it breezed through and got to this other supply here. It got to the supply above here. Let me clean this up a bit. It got to this supply here, which means it's time to sell. And then in this area, we got our entry. You can see we got an entry 2 times. You had the bounce over here. It was a good one for sell, and see the stop loss above, right? So we had a sell entry here, as you can see, and stop loss here by this dot. And then the trade went down a bit, and then not too long ago, earlier today, some hours ago, we had this big, massive drop on the candle. And what happened? It went down. This one was very far away, right? It was very far away from this area here of demand. So I decided to set my take profit here. And before you know it, it dropped heavily and then closed for profit, right? Which was a fantastic trade. This was about 1 to 7 hour. Always make sure that your reward is always greater than your risk. That is one other issue that traders are having, and that has to do with your risk management. Risk management, how to maximize your profit. We have that also in the course. We have a course that you can subscribe to. If you're interested in the course, let me know, and I can put up the link. And if you do subscribe to the course, I can always give you a bonus as well to help you out more. Now, the next area of demand, if it breaks this, the next area of demand is around here, right? And then the next area of demand is around here. But if you look at what the market did, the market moved from this point here all the way to this point. Now, there's this thing about the market expectation. I'm not expecting the market, well, it won't be a regular thing, obviously, but I'm not expecting the market for this week to go all the way to the next demand, right? Because if it does, that would be an extremely heavy down move. And of course, it could even give us some further directional bias going into next week. You can see this is also the 1 hour time frame. We like the 1 hour a lot because it is the intraday time frame perspective, right? This is the intraday time frame perspective. So you could also look at the market from the daily. I can show you this one from the daily as well. If I show you from daily, you'd also see that the daily was at an area of supply. Funny enough, this Bitcoin, people have been, I won't say making noise, but people have been saying, oh, the bias now is for longs. It's time to do a buy and hold, a buy and hold. Frankly speaking, it is not yet time to do a buy and hold, right? It has gotten to an area of supply. Excuse me, to clear my throat. It has gotten to an area of supply on the daily time frame that is. I'm going to show you now. And if that area of supply does not hold our supply, then we can now look for demand for us to jump in on. And this is it over here, the BTC USD, the daily BTC USD. And if you look at what we have here, this is clearly an area of supply. You can see what we're talking about. This is an area of supply here that the price hits. And you can see as it hits it over here, it's reacting here. And then we have this as an area of demand. So let's see whether the price can get here. Right, this could have been one that someone could have held for a longer period of time, but not me. I'm in and out, right? For me, I'm more of like a short-term swing trader. I do like holding trades over the weekend. I like fresh information. That's a little bit about me and my trading. Let us also know whether you are a struggling trader or whether you are new to the business. You can comment in the chat section. I'm going to be monitoring the comment section. Let's know whether you are new to the business of trading or whether you are a struggling trader. Right, whether you're a struggling trader. Somebody said something earlier. Rachel Raphael said, very tight. Why didn't you use a further stop loss? Not sure what you mean by that. Let me know. Explain further. Let me see what some comments I have here. Somebody said, I'm watching Aero GBP and I have a buy bias. Can we check it out, please? Okay, Walter Spencer, we're going to check out the Aero GBP for you in a bit. I asked a question, so I would also be expecting comments on that. So Walter Spencer, let me just cue that up now for you. As I said, I have some other instruments on the radar, but your Aero GBP is also one, and we need to try and satisfy everybody here. And that is to encourage everybody to join us on a daily basis, as this So Far So Good has been holding 3 days in a week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, which happens to be the most active days of the week, by the way, right? So I'm going to cue the Aero GBP for you. Let me just maybe use this one. This is another one here, but you can see it has pushed higher and we're looking for fresh demand. So let me look for Aero GBP and drag it in. So this is the Aero GBP, and I'm going to explain the Aero GBP based on this supply and demand trading strategy. So that's Walter Spencer. Let me scroll down. Since I've queued that up for Walter Spencer, I'll look at that now. Let me see. Okay, Adolf Isaac said, exactly, sir. Sometimes my reward is greater. Not sometimes. It should be all the time. All the time, your reward should be greater than your risk. Please note that down, everybody. And I hope that some of us are actually taking down notes. Now, as much as this is not a training, you can always learn something from a trading session, a live trading session. So take down notes, because you tend to hear tips and tricks about the business and all. And then we have Jory Smollett said, a lot of speculation on Bitcoin. I'm not sure Bitcoin is a hold pair. People are always saying hold it, but trust me, it's not a time to hold, especially based on going long on it. I'll give you more information maybe next week and so on, as we'll be having this more often. And if you happen to be in my live mentorship session that we do privately for a long period of time, you get to learn more. You get to learn how to actually look at the market from different angles, and then how to combine them as a form of confidence as well. Let me see. Sorry, in case I missed out on any comments, apologies for that on that. Okay, beautiful. And you can see Berg Kelson said, I'm struggling trader a bit. Okay, thank you for letting us know the type of trader that you are. Boy Lily said, a struggling trader, still trying to perfect my supply and demand model with a volume model. Okay, I know we have a lot of struggling traders here. Don't worry, you don't have to tell me. I already know. And then also, Coritis Molly says, still new to the trading world. Thank God I'm getting good knowledge. Knowledge is all, it is what it's all about. When I started, I did not have that knowledge. And of course, it made me to miss out on a lot of years of doing rubbish. Yes, you heard me. A lot of years I was doing rubbish, I was doing nonsense. I was losing money, crashing accounts at the very beginning for years. But then I continued to get better, learned the proper way from here and there, subscribe to a few people who had one or two mentors. That's why I said you need a mentor. Everybody, you need a mentor. If you agree with me, let me know. You need a mentor that will show you the ropes, the proper way to go about the business. So for this Aero GBP, for the person that mentioned this, I hope I remember the person's name, right? We're going to look at this Aero GBP now. Oh, sorry, I think I missed a comment from Kari Archibald. Euro USD and GBP USD should drop if DXY buys. Yes, exactly. Euro USD especially moves in the opposite direction to the dollar index, right? Okay. Morgan Hopkins, would you use Fibonacci to prepare a take profit? Yes, you can use Fibonacci, but I'm not adding Fibonacci to the mix for this week. Maybe next week or whatever, as the spirit leads, we might add Fibonacci, or it might be a Fibonacci trading strategy. You can also comment on the trading strategy that you'd like to see, and we'll focus on that. Hopefully, I know the trading strategy. So, Walter Spencer, this is for you. Now, yesterday, we had this area here of supply. If you look very well, so it's an area of supply. As the market went down here, it was now an area of supply. And there was a breach over here, but the market still did its thing, it obeyed. At times, when price gets to that area, it might get there and act accordingly, or it might breach it, but still act accordingly. But then you need to pay attention, because your entry might not necessarily be at the exact place. It might be a bit higher. I've noticed that over the years, that price tends to react in different ways. It can react just before the level, it can react at the level, and even above the level in this case. And this was what happened for the Euro GBP. So if you were selling right? And you enter too early, you'd have gotten knocked out at the top, because some could call this stop hunting or whatever the case might be. I really don't believe in all of those things. It's all about knowing what could happen and also having maybe 1 or 2 bullets. Because if you had a loss here and then you got higher, you could have gotten a second trade and then you'd have been nice in the market, in the green. Because apart from this also, you need to also take note of the demand area. This is the demand area here where the price went up, as you can see. We'll mark this as the demand area. And you can see what the price did over here. From this entry of selling, it got to the area of demand. And this is even similar to that Euro USD that we're looking at, right? It's similar to the Euro USD we're looking at not too long ago. And you can see the price is still very much in that area. What I'm expecting from this Euro GBP now, because if you are looking forward to getting an entry here, it might be a demand here, but you need to be careful. Make sure that you have your trigger. You must always have your trigger, which is your reason for entry into the market. Once you have your entry, have your stop loss, and then your take profit parameters. But if you ask me, this week so far, it seems like the sellers are taking charge. Today is Wednesday. This is half of the week. More or less, we have 2 more days. So that means that for me, with this big down move, I should be expecting a breakout. Yes, I should be expecting a breakout, or maybe the market could bounce here a bit. But if it breaks out from this area here, it breaks out, this should now act as what? As further supply, and then a drop to this area here of probably final take profit here in this demand area here. So don't forget, we're talking about supply and demand, how to look at charts, how to look for opportunities, how to take trades, and of course, how to make pips at the end of the day. And that's what we're supposed to be doing as traders, right? So as we are looking at all of these things, it is a thing of ensuring that you position yourself accordingly. I repeat, you make sure that you position yourself accordingly, and then you take charge. You take charge of what you have in front of you, right? It is what we have in front of us, and the story for me is that Euro Pound should drop some more, and if it drops some more, it should give us some fresh areas of supply. This could easily be a fresh area of supply, assuming it drops the more. So do not be in a hurry to look for fresh areas where the price could easily go back to. You wait for it to form properly. Do not jump the gun. Exercise a lot of patience in the business, in the market at the end of the day. Right, let me just cross over to the comment section and see what we have. Boira, sorry, if I don't pronounce your name very well, apologies if I'm murdering your name, said, true mentors steer you well from the dark side of trading. Exactly, and that's why I said you need a mentor. Let me just drop this here for our area of demand. You can see what we do at times to try to trap price within 2 levels so that it is easy for us. No need to go drawing up different areas of supply and demand that price might not even get to in that week. Okay. Belinda Clara said, would love a work on Elliott wave strategy. Elliott wave is a bit weak, but I should be able to resuscitate that. Elliott wave basically is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. I haven't used Elliott waves in a while, so probably you might not get that from me, sorry. But I understand Elliott waves, and we can always see that based on the rules of Elliott waves, that 3 is usually the longest. I repeat, 3 is usually the longest wave. So Elliott wave could be confusing as well because of how the market moves. You can see just looking at these waves, because the market moves in waves. This is a wave, this is a wave, a retracement wave is a continuation wave, a retracement wave. You can see the way price moves in waves. So we could maybe call this like a 1. This is here. This is like from here to here is a 1 wave. This is like a 2 wave. And then this long one, which is longer than this, we can call this a 3. And then we can call this small one a 4, and then maybe a 5. And then there was a correction ABC, which came up all the way to the beginning of this Elliott wave. There are different ways to look at it. And then maybe it is starting another wave to the downside. That's what we said earlier, that we're looking forward to the price moving further down. You could be starting a fresh Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with expectation of ABC correction later. And that is for Belinda Clara, not the biggest of Elliott wave once again. And that is my disclaimer. Okay, so Osborne, let me see. Osborne Wollaston said that's why creating a zone strategy is also workable. Yes, it's all about the zones. Let me see. excuse me. Just in case I skip over your comments, apologies, it's not on purpose. I have a lot of comments here and I'm trying to also keep up with time. I don't like the trading sessions to be too lengthy. I want a situation where we talk about the business and then we more or less, from the trading perspective, look at charts, which is what it is meant to be all about. We look at charts and then we take it off from there. Don't forget, guys, I have a course, a trading course. If you're interested in trading course, let me know. And I can put up the link in the description for you to subscribe to. So continuing on, let me just go over the comments again. Let me see what we have. Okay, I'm now at the bottom. Somebody at the back said, do you think it will drop more? Is that the euro pounds? If it's the euro pounds, let me know. I think it will drop more, but not from where it is. It's at the area of demand. So this demand has to fill, right? This demand has to fill. Once it fills, you can remove this drawing here of this demand. You can take it off, right? You can remove this because this has filled and it has given maybe this as a new area of supply. But you expect the price to go back to, you get a fresh entry here. Don't forget, you probably had an entry here. Get another entry here, and you can even be adding to your entries as the price moves the more in your favor, right? Okay, so Nate Timothy said, can we do a check on GBP USD since it's correlative with euro pounds? Yes, of course we can. And GBP USD, we actually took GBP USD yesterday. Funny enough, I was going to talk about that, and I had a small loss on it, and I'm going to explain what happened. So this is the GBP USD that somebody mentioned now, and that's me, Timothy. So we're going to look at this now. So for this GBP USD, if you remember yesterday, we said Euro USD was a sell like this as we had yesterday, and a Pound USD was also supposed to be a sell. But the news that we had that came out was bullish, and you can see it took out our stop loss. This was our entry here. We entered this market over here. This was our stop loss here. And we can you see this small blue ticker, right? This small blue dash here. This was supposed to be our final take profit, but the price decided to take us out. As it took us out, look at what's happening in this area. You can see that the market is now moving sideways in this area. So you can see that there's a sort of, battle over here. But at the same time, from what is happening over here, my bias from shorts on this pound USD seems to be changing slightly. I repeat, it seems to be changing slightly. And what I will probably be looking out for this pound USD is buying opportunities. But in as much as it's buying opportunities, I need to also give respect to the dollar, because the dollar is a major driving indicator for the rest of the major currency pairs. And we have news coming out tomorrow for the dollar. Don't forget, first things first, always check the calendar to pay attention to the news. I use Major League Forest Factory. If you're using another calendar, no problem, as long as you're having the same news and you know how to interpret that particular news, then no worries whatsoever. So look at what we have over here for pounds, so bullish, but for the pound USD, it seems to be moving sideways. As moving sideways, I can easily do this. I can easily do something. Let me clean up this chart. I can remove this area of former supply because now it has rubbished it. It has made it useless, has rendered it useless. I will remove it and I can adjust it to this point here where my bias now seems to be changing for this pound USD. As it's changing, I would like to see price come back here, right? It has already done that here as it came back from here. This was the demand that caused this price to come back here. It's pushing higher. As it's pushing higher, probably you might have your supply over here. So you're going to find out where it's going to break out of. Is it going to break out of this supply here to the upside? Is it going to break out of this demand here? Already it is pushing higher. So when it gets to this point here, is it going to give us a sell signal? Now pay attention to the dollar, especially going into tomorrow's news. Because if you get a signal for the dollar that the dollar is bullish, if the dollar is bullish, then that means that for this pound USD, you can get to sell at this area of supply and then take it down to this demand and see whether to break this demand to this other demand here, right? It's always good when you try to see whether price to break a particular demand, especially based on the fact that for each week you're expecting a sort of runner, right? At times, some weeks could be sideways at the end of the day, could have a sideways market, which on the weekly time frame, might end up looking like a doji kind of candle or like a spinning top kind of candle. by the end of the day, you are usually should be expecting some good movements in the market. So we pay close attention to this pound USD. So as a summary from where the market is now, it's approaching the area of supply. So wait and see whether we have something come out for pounds or come out for the dollar, especially for the dollar, which is we have news coming out tomorrow. Remember, we always say check the calendar. Check the calendar. And if you check the calendar for tomorrow, Thursday, we have the unemployment claims for the USD, right? We also have news for the USD on Friday as well, which happens to be the PMI, right? PMI, we have the flash manufacturing PMI for tomorrow, and we have the flash services PMI. That's the purchasing managers index against tomorrow, right? So this is what we have for the news for the dollar. So keep an eye on pound USD here with respect to the DXY. DXY is a major indicator for what we're expecting in the market. Guys, we're going to be running up very soon. As I always say, I don't want to make it way too lengthy. I want us to hit the ground running, look for opportunities. This is an opportunity here, by the way, guys, pound USD, based on the behavior of the dollar index. The dollar index, from where it is, you can see it is still stuck between these two levels. For this dollar index, if from here, it doesn't have to get back to this demand again, but from here, if it decides to do what? If it decides to push higher back to test this area of supply and break out, then you should expect the pound USD to drop from where it is. So the pound USD is an opportunity going into tomorrow. So let's see how that one plays out. Right? You may be wondering, why am I saying tomorrow when it is still beginning of New York session? Because one thing about the market is that the most volatile periods happen to be the London and the New York sessions. But as is the London and New York sessions, we don't have any news. We don't have any scheduled news on the calendars that could cause some volatility. Something could happen based on breaking news. Who knows? There could be an earthquake. And you know there's a lot of tension globally, right? With respect to the likes of Russia and Ukraine, which is more than 1 year now, right? And of course, you know what's happening between China and Taiwan. You know what's happening between South Korea and North Korea. So there's a lot of tension globally. So anything could happen that could make, you know, the market to react now based on breaking news, right? So this should be a thing of pay attention to not just what's happening here on the Forex Factory. Pay attention to your news. Tune into your Bloomberg. Tune into your Reuters. And that's why you see a lot of financial analysts. They always have the station probably on Bloomberg or Reuters, and they're monitoring what is happening out there that could give them heads up as to, you know, opportunities in the market. Okay, so let me just go over the comments as we'll be rounding up. Let me know, guys, as we're rounding up within the next few minutes, right? Let me know, guys, if you have any questions, any quick questions for us to look at. If you do, let us know before we call it a day. And then quickly, Gio Becher said, I'm more bullish on the dollar technically. So GBP USD should be for a good sell setup. Yes, for now, that's what it is looking like rather. And Colbert Middleton said, hoping tomorrow we'll have a good news. Let's see how it goes. You combine the fundamentals and the technicals together. Let me see. Don Tennyson said, no, we still haven't talked about how to spot strong supply and demand point. Don't forget, I said that this is not a training. I repeat, this is not a training, but rather it is a trading session. I repeat, it is a trading session. If you want to learn more about supply demand, you want to learn more about support, resistance, Fibonacci, you can subscribe to the course that I have, right? The course I have, right, is complete course. It talks about risk management, talks about psychology, talks about the fundamentals, even how to use the trading application to open, close, and modify trades. So it is something for everybody. So if you're interested, let me know. I can drop the link for you to subscribe. And for those that subscribe to it, I'll definitely give you a bonus, right? So because of time, we're going to be rounding up now. So Don Tennyson, sorry, when it comes to supply and demand, I can just quickly show you how to look at the market as it moves in this manner. You can see how the market is moving downwards. We look for this area here as an area of supply. So I'll put S here for supply, where you're expecting the market to come back to, which is believed to be the origin of the move. So you come back to the origin of the move, we get our entry here to sell, and then it drops on the supply. This is the demand over here. We expect it to break demand, maybe come up a bit and then drop, and then this should now act as a new area of supply. This is for when the market is going down. You look to the areas of supply, and of course, vice versa, if it's going up, you look to the areas of demand. And that's just something quick for Don Tennyson. If you want something more comprehensive, that will take a longer period of time, you can subscribe to the course. You can reach out to me on Instagram, right? The handle on Instagram, I'm going to show you the handle on Instagram now. I'm also going to show you the handle on YouTube that you can also connect with me on. On Instagram, I'm at CSA Forex, and YouTube channel is also CSA Forex. So you can look for me on YouTube and then subscribe to my channel, right? Any other video, because at times I could even jump on another YouTube live where I could just do a quick video explaining something and put it up on the YouTube channel. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. Look for CSA Forex, and also on Instagram, CSA Forex as well. You can subscribe to it. And of course, more information will come your way once you subscribe to those other platforms. Any question you have, then we'll see how to help you out. Then also, as we have just talked about this now, right, we're rounding up now. So I'm still going over your comments that we have. Let me just breeze through the comments before we call it a day. Let me see. Jonas Monroe said, news be volatile this whole year. Everybody tripping. Well, the news has, let me tell you the honest truth. Checking the dollar index from the daily, weekly time frame, it is yet to give us its bias for the year. If you ask me, first of all, it was bullish. Now it's looking bearish. So I would rather, let me see. Let me even check on that. Let me quickly check on that from here. Let me just give that a check quickly just for confirmation. Yeah, so now it's looking bearish. So I'm expecting some further drop. I'm expecting a pullback, first of all, on the dollar index on the daily time frame, and then for it to drop further down. That's what I'm expecting. So I'll let you know. Maybe at another time next week, we can look at trading from the higher time frames. So if you look at it from the higher time frames, depending on the type of trader that you are, we're able to set longer trading periods, because it's not for everybody to be staring at the market. Let me see. Okay, you can see Biblit Dewi, sorry, your name. What's your general bias on the dollar for this quarter? Exactly, that's what I just said now. For this quarter, you can see that Q2 just started, right, in April. So this is the beginning of Q2. And towards the end of Q1, it has been bearish. That is for the dollar. At the beginning of the year, beginning of Q1, January, it was bullish, and then it changed to bearish. And then now, if you ask me, I'm expecting the bearish move to continue. So bearish from March, especially, right? Or rather, let me put it this way. From January, it was bearish. And then, because I'm looking at it here, and let me switch over. I'm going to switch over to the charts now for you, so that you can see what I'm looking at exactly. Just a quick one before we round up. So this is it over here. This is January. You can see this is January in front of us. This is February. This is March. And then this is April. So from January, we had the dollar index from the daily time frame, right? This is for the month. It was bearish, and then it was bullish. And then from last month, which was the ending of Q1, it was bearish. So this beginning of Q2, if you look at Q2 did a little bit of retracement. I wouldn't mind if it retraces to this area, right? This area will be a bit of a stretch for me, but if it retraces to this area here, if you want, you can even throw a fib there, but we're not talking about fibs today. So if it still retraces a bit this month, right, then look for more heavy sales to take you further down. So that means that do not be surprised if we get to this area of demand here. This area of demand tends to merge with around the 97 marker, right, on the USD index. Wanda Gill said, thank you so much for the updates. Plenty few things today. Awesome. Our pleasure. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Follow us on the YouTube channel as well, CSA Forex. If you're interested in subscribing to the course, we have a video course that explains all of these things to you. Let me know. I'll put up the link for everybody to have. And then also, you are interested in mentorship, chat me up as well on Instagram. Okay, beautiful. Annabelle Besima said, thanks, we'll check you out on YouTube. Awesome, thank you for that. Everybody check me out on YouTube. Elvira no, sorry about that. So what led you to the name CSA? Beautiful. I like that question. Let me quickly answer that as we have a few minutes. CSA stands for Common Sense Approach. Common Sense Approach. Now, back then, years ago, from all the losses I was having, I was very upset with myself. And then I was saying, there are people that are making money in this business. Tolu, why are you having too many losses? That means that you are not using your sense, your common sense. There's a statement that says it's all about the common sense. And then I said, oh, so there must be a common sense approach to this business. There must be a common sense approach to things in life. And then it hit me. Oh, let me start my academy. By the way, guys, I've been privileged to work for a few brokers while I was back in Nigeria. As I said, I'm here in Canada, in British Columbia, and the time is about 8 minutes to 7 a.m. 8 minutes to 7 a.m. That means that for you guys that are probably in EST, it's probably around 10 a.m. thereabout. Or if you are in the UK region or Nigeria region, Africa region, it's probably around 3 p.m. for you. To take note of your time zone and the timing as opposed to others as well. It's also good to take note of that. Just to round up quickly, I have some comments here, expecting bearish also, double bottom. Okay, no problem. Sorry, I can't really address all of them, but we're going to be rounding up now. Maud Polan says some people still see DXY going to 110. We'll all be watching. Honestly, I can't see it going to 110 yet this year. My bias has changed to bearish, and that is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I wish you could save this or save that information I gave you. I can't see it going to 110 this year. As long as what I have, my bias so far is to the downside. I wish you could save it. I'm saying save it because this is from the daily time frame perspective, a higher time frame perspective. That means that coming back in the next, maybe Q3, right? Maybe in Q3, maybe like July, August period, we would like to see where the market will be by that time. Because for me, it is bearish, right? Meredith Coffee said common sense approach, very interesting, exactly. And and that's the truth. There's a common sense approach. As I told you guys earlier, you need a mentor in this business, and that is common sense. You need a mentor. I happen to be a mentor. If anybody is interested, you can chat me up on Instagram, chat me up on any way necessary, and let's discuss your trading. Let's discuss the issues you're having, whether you are new or you're struggling, and then we can see what we can do for you. Wallace Mallory said, bro, how are you able to work with brokers? It's very difficult for us traders here. When I say work with brokers, I was an employee, right? I was like what I'm doing now was what I was doing for brokers back then. And I think Wallace Mallory, you said you are in Nigeria, so you obviously know FXTM, Forex Time. I worked for them years ago, and then Hot Forex as well, which they have now rebranded to HFM. I was also a financial market analyst. I was actually the head of training over there back then. Now I'm running my own academy and I'm spreading the gospel to everybody from different parts of the world, right? So for me, it was my knowledge that made me to become an employee of brokers. And it's my knowledge that made me to also start my academy, CSA Forex, and it's the knowledge I'm giving to everybody here. And of course, don't forget, this is thanks to Trading Live for giving us this opportunity for us to meet where people are from different parts of the world. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Adams, EuroCard, you mentioned EuroCard. Mr. Adams, I'm just seeing your comment here, so sorry. What you can do, you can send me a chat. Adams, I know you, we know ourselves from Ghana. Chat me up how we normally chat ourselves up. Guys, you can chat me up for anything. Chat me up at Mr. Adams, and then I'll prepare a chat down for you on EuroCard and then send to you. Just do me a reminder. It's 7 a.m. now. I'll need to stop and get some H2O in my system, get some water. So as I was saying, thank you, Trading Live, for this platform to be able to meet people from Dubai, from the Philippines, from Nigeria, from Canada, from different parts of the world. So thank you guys. And of course, we'll see you same time tomorrow. Don't forget, you need the video course. You need the link to the course where you can subscribe to and watch all of this as education. Maybe if you're new or you're struggling, let me know. I can give you the link. You can subscribe to the course. If you're interested in a mentorship, you can chat me up on Instagram, CSA Forex. Let me put up the link again just to round up this our session, right? So you can reach out to me on Instagram and follow me on the YouTube channel, CSA Forex. You get more videos I've been doing in the past, talking about different things that obviously I can't talk about here. I talk about maybe how to set an alert so that you don't miss out on any trade opportunity and so on. Is all on the YouTube channel. So do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel, CSA Forex. And being patient, say thank you so much for the lessons today. See you another time. That's tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Carrie Archibald said, what kind of knowledge do you actually need to work with institutions? Basically, understand how to trade. It's all about trading, right? As I am a trader for years, I can easily be a country director anywhere because I'm knowledgeable about the business. I'm knowledgeable about the sales aspect. I've also done sales back then, but let's digress because of time. Maybe tomorrow when you come, I can give you more information about myself. So you can chat me up. Layla Cromwell, you said, why can't I chat you up too? You can chat me up. Please, everybody, feel free to chat me up. I can also drop a link in the I can drop a link for you to chat me up on Calendly, right? I have a Calendly link. Let me just try to just look for that link. You can set up a chat with me. Let me try and drop it here quickly before I round up. I'll drop it in the comment section. So that's the link for the Calendly. It's in the chat section. You can book a session and then we can hop on a call and then talk some more. So that is for everybody. So Wallace Mallory said, thanks so much for this, bro. We'll check you out. Thank you. Check me out, spread the word as well. Let's have more people here and reach out to me. Interested in mentorship, interested in the video course tutorials. Olga Wash said, this is a really good analysis. Thank you. When are we going to be taught about market structure another time? We can't talk about everything today. So guys, I'm rounding up now. Thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you to Trading Live as well. We'll meet up same time tomorrow. Please be here on time. Come with your questions. And don't forget, we're going to do an update of the charts that we've been talking about to see whether they played out according to plan and whether we're able to make some extra pips, because already we've made some pips this week. So thank you guys. I'll be closing the platform now. Enjoy the rest of the day. Chat me up. Follow me on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell. Like some of the videos. Comment there, and I'll get back to you. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day, and goodbye for now. Trade safely, guys. Use your stop loss and calculate your risk management appropriately based on your account balance. Thank you, and goodbye for now. Cheers.